How do you know the difference between just premenstrual symptoms
hmm
and being in perimenopause?
So typically in PMS, it's very cyclical. So if you're still in premenopause, PMS is due to estrogen withdrawal and a bump in your progesterone. And for some women, that combination will lead to some pretty severe symptoms. But they typically are lasting 1, maybe 2 weeks of the month, and they're very, very cyclical. But when we cross into perimenopause, we lose that cyclical staging.
Ah,
So why perimenopause even happens is that females are born with all of their eggs. You have 1 to 2 million at birth. And by the time we're 30, we're down to 10% of our egg supply due to ovulation and due to something called atresia, just aging eggs. The healthiest eggs stay alive longer, right? And it's kind of survival of the fittest. So we have healthier children, right? Then in perimenopause, ovulation starts in the brain. We have a gland in our brain called the hypothalamus that's constantly testing for estrogen in the blood. So there's a little monitor, just imagine a little wire into the
mm,
blood supply saying, oh, estrogen levels are getting low as they do in a normal cycle, right after ovulation. Let's get the ovulation process going again. Well, in perimenopause, we reach a critical level of egg supply where the signals coming from the brain no longer work at the
mm.
same level. So the brain gets upset. It was waiting for that estrogen. Estrogen's not coming on time. So it starts pumping out more and more stimulating hormone to the ovary to force that ovulation. So instead of that normal EKG-like rise and flow of our monthly hormones, we start seeing chaos. We start seeing much higher dramatic rises of estradiol, much lower crashes of estradiol, and progesterone never kind of gets. So it's literally what used to look like a beautiful, beautiful EKG. I take spaghetti and I throw it at the wall and it just, and that is what our hormones look like for the majority of perimenopause.
What is the definition of menopause?
Medically, it is
Yeah.
1 year after the final menstrual period. But what it means is something totally different.
Yeah.
Like
What does
what
it
it really
mean?
represents is ovarian failure. I hate to use it, sounds
Yeah,
terrible. People get
failure.
offended,
Yes.
ovarian retirement, but
Yeah.
you have run out of the eggs you were born with. There are no more, and we cannot grow them back. So that is what menopause represents, the end of the egg supply in our ovaries.